All right, welcome back, Degenerates. This is another episode of Smart Degenerates. What's up, guys? How y'all feeling today?
Oh, we rolling. Football's that much closer to being really here without all the preseason BS.
Last preseason game was today.
And college football is officially live and cracking.
And we will be 1-0.
Perfect. All right, so we just want to tell you guys we are LA's top sports investors. I'm your boy, Mike G. The G is for Guru. Don't you forget it. I got my guys with me. Introduce yourselves.
Rashard 90302. I mean, you may or may not recognize me from different stuff, but I'm 1/3 of LA's top sports investors. Like he said, we're here to get y'all ready, get y'all in gear for the season, get y'all in gear to make money. Toss it to my man.
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Justin. I would give you my IG name, but I pretty much change it weekly at this point. So just follow Smart Degenerates if you want to find us or me. But again, I am the third member of the group, the Three Musketeers. Happy to run this three-man weave with y'all. Let's do it.
Right. What's up with that? Why you change your name on IG so much?
Got problems, man. You know, that's how I work through my stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Be consistent. Once the money start coming in, bro, you got to maintain and keep one name.
I mean, you know what it is? I just love and hate social media. So some days, you know, I want it, and the other days I'm like, nah, man, forget it.
I could dig that.
You know how long it took me to delete 400 pictures off my Instagram page?
Why would you do that?
Because, man, I was in a dark place. But
Gotcha.
now that football season is here,
Hey.
I'm ready to come back out of the ashes, ready to go.
Squad football is here. So speaking of football, we do got a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball. Mace got who's hot, who's not. We're going to get into some football. We got college, and we got NFL coming up. So stay tuned for that. First off, we do want to say shout out to Morris Media for having us again. Also, we do want to shout out. I want to shout out personally Vector 90 Incubator over on Crenshaw and Western on Slauson. Dave and Nipsey, they got some good things going over there. Any shout outs?
I'm going to shout out Sun Dipped. It's an up-and-coming swimsuit line.
Okay.
They're not quite launched yet, but again, I got to start telling people about it. Again, it's a labor of love, so if you hear about it, go ahead and like the page.
Nice. Rachel, what you got, baby?
Shout out to the season for starting.
Hey, shout out to the
dead-ass sports summer. In all honesty, shout out to Lace Shoe Store in Lawndale.
Okay.
They helped me out on a couple of other things I got going on. And shout out to Platinum Cuts. I mean, everything is not going smooth over there, but I mean...
we're still working that out.
We're still working that out, though.
We're still working that out.
But in all honesty, shout out to...
Here to promote positivity.
Hey, nothing bad. That's all my niggas, but it's just they got to figure something out over there.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
But
I'm hoping to get my first haircut by them, like, before the year's out.
Yeah, you've only been sitting down in there for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah. Shout out to all the user cuts out there.
No, shout out to user cuts.
We don't.
Don't shout out the user
what
cuts.
What do I do with my hands?
Put them right here in your lap, bro. Stop touching
them.
on
the mic.
Yeah, bro. Hey, like this. Fold it in your lap, bro.
No, that's not good.
It's chill.
Conscious effort.
It's chill.
Let's get into it. What's going on?
Let's do it. Wait, first we want to say follow us on IG at Smart Degenerates. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Smart Degenerates, and also you can follow us on Facebook. We are now live on Facebook. Okay, so yeah, let's dive right into it. We want to start with baseball. It's still season, and we got a couple hot teams, couple not hot teams. Mace, what you seeing out there, bro?
Okay, so what am I seeing out there? Even though their record is not great, Boston is still by far the best team.
Red Sox.
In the MLB right now. They are 4-6 over their last 10, but I would say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. From terms of actual betting, Tampa Bay is really hot right now. They've won 9 out of their last 10 games. And the St. Louis Cardinals on the National League side are also hot right now. Yeah. I want to say they're 8-2 out of the last 10 games. We have a few other really hot teams. You also
Yankees.
have the
Yankees are 7-3. It's in their last 10.
Cubs are doing well.
Cubs are doing well.
And then we're going to have to see what happens in the NL West. But it looks like Cubs and St. Louis are going to run away with the 2 top spots coming out of the National League. So I'm sad for the Dodgers personally. I thought we had the momentum. Maybe we kick it in for the last half of the season. But I would not put any money on that.
No? So wait, are the Dodgers going to miss the playoffs?
Probably so.
Yeah?
They're third in their division.
What are they, like 5 games back?
The Dodgers are. Well, the thing is, everybody's really close in the loss column. They're only 2 games behind St. Louis, but St. Louis is just playing so well, it becomes a numbers game on who do I think is going to win 20 out of the next 30 games in the season. Do the Dodgers have 23 out of 30? I doubt it. They haven't looked good. Their pitching has been off, so I would not bet on them. I would stay on the teams that you know are red hot. So look at the Cardinals to finish out, Tampa Bay, and then start going against any team that's got young prospects, like the White Sox, like San Diego, the Marlins. Like, just they're going to start getting blown out.
What about the Angels? They're sucking ass right now, man. The Angels are 2-8 in their last 10.
You can't tell me the last time the Angels were good. They've been trying to get back to being the World Series Angels for 17 years. So you can stick a fork in them. They need to fire Socha. They need to start over.
Trade Mike Trout.
Trade him.
Freed him, bro.
He's the best baseball player in the league. Why trade him?
Wasting his fucking career. What are y'all getting out of him?
They need to go get prospects.
But see, that's just a game of baseball, and what makes it so unique. You can have the best player.
So you go get 5 good players for that best player.
I mean, he's one of 9. So at the end of the day,
he's one of 9.
No matter how good he is, how is the man batting ahead of him and the man behind him?
Yeah.
How are the pitchers doing? Angels are just, it's tough. The AL is beast right now.
Mike Trout is going to end up like Barry Sanders, like.
No, I think they're going to.
It's baseball. It's baseball.
He's going to make a move to the Dodgers.
They're going to pay him like 3.
They're not going to pay him. He's not going to finish his career as an Angel.
Oh yeah, that would be dope. Go to the Dodgers
or the Yankees or somewhere that can maximize his potential.
He might as well just stay in LA.
He should, but I mean,
stay in LA. Switch it
over.
over.
Hit that 5 freeway, Mike. Just go ahead and slide up the freeway. It's all good. Nobody will be mad at you. You have the same fans.
Right. Okay, so going into this playoff push, who would you say some of the hotter teams people should keep their eye on as far as like winning and putting their money on?
I mean, I'm going to tell you that I would say don't put really money on Boston at this point unless you can catch them on a good money line, but I would stick with Yankees and Tampa Bay on the AL side. I mean, the Astros too, of course. They're always going to be right there.
Right.
I would take Verlander pretty much the rest of the season anytime he's up.
Yeah.
And then on the national side, I'm going to take St. Louis and take the Cubs. I mean, those two are going to pretty much push every other team from the rest of the season.
Yeah. Okay. So no Dodgers, huh?
I love the Dodgers, but I'm here to make money.
Us once again.
I'm here to make money.
Yeah.
So they got to bring in an ace, like a real ace. Like Kershaw, it's time to slide to number 2. In my opinion, we can do another deep dive about that.
He is getting up there in age, but Kershaw's still top 2-3 pitchers in the league.
Nah.
On name recognition, not on performance.
Name recognition, it's not talent.
He's talented.
I'm just saying he's not top 2, top 3 off of talent. Like
he's
down
up there.
to earth now.
I don't know if it's like a mentality thing. I don't know if it's just like too many wastes a year. He's 30.
But he's been throwing a lot of fastballs.
So is Justin Verlander. So is a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. He's not that Kershaw. He's Kershaw.
I think it's
still
mental.
Kershaw, bro. People still fear Kershaw right now.
The problem is he's gotten to the playoffs too many times and got lit up.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, we know you're great. You're going to win 16, 17 games, great.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's just like he doesn't put enough fear in them. And if they can hit you...
That's what I mean. Like, he's not that Kershaw. Nobody's
and if they hit you
afraid
early,
of Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw will give up 3-4 runs. And it's just like, he's great, but that's just what happens.
He's not the intimidator, like, when he gets on the mound more. Like,
if we still had Greinke, if they would have paid Greinke, I would feel much better about the Dodgers with Greinke and Kershaw going forward. Whatever bats you didn't get, I would have rather gave Puig's money to Greinke if I could go back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So at this point, if you want to make money, I mean, you could probably roll the dice on them. They might win. They're going to win some games, but I don't think they're making playoffs. I don't think they're going to win enough to make sense for you to bet on it because Vegas is still going to price them like a premium team.
Yeah.
You're going to still pay $220, $240.
But they're still going to win a lot of games.
They're going to win.
They're still going to win
more than half of the remaining games.
Yeah,
I just don't think the money line is going to work out for you to where it's going to make sense. If they win 5-10 games over 500, but you lost too many of those minus 200, minus 250 money lines.
But see, that's the thing. It's only going to be minus 250 when it's Kershaw. He's the only one that gets that.
That's true, but I'm not putting my money on Ryu, Alex Wood,
but
Maeda.
Those odds are going to be way better. He's not going to be minus. Ryu's not going to be minus 200.
Hey, get off the Dodgers. Is all I'm going to say. Do your thing, man. Do your stuff.
Nah. I'm chilling. I'm waiting for this football, man. transitioning into that, we had our first college game tonight. UCF.
Well, technically, we had a game or two.
Oh yeah, no. Last weekend, it really kicked off with Hawaii, Colorado.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but we wouldn't have on the game we really would have bet on or gave our predictions on.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't see Colorado. I think it was Colorado State. I didn't see them catching the loss to Hawaii.
Hey man,
Hawaii
I didn't
jumped
see
on them
that
right
game
away.
on the radar. That game, I'm not wasting any energy getting nothing.
Hawaii took it to them.
Hawaii's the team I always pencil in to get blown out by USC on opening weekend for USC. So it was cool, but we were talking about it yesterday. We were having a quick, pre-production meeting.
Yeah.
I looked at the schedule. Saw UCF was playing. I forgot who they just played.
Connecticut, UConn.
UConn. First of all, only thing about UConn I know, Ray Allen.
Yeah, women's basketball.
That's it.
Women's basketball.
Nothing from the football side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And two of my favorite college teams to bet on are University of Central Florida and the University of Southern Florida. Oops. Am I still good?
Yeah.
All right. So I like the two Florida teams, UCF and USF, but they were minus 23.5. I mean, it's college football. Everybody gets an inflated spread, but I'm going to take this in these early games against the no-name teams. I'm going to take you till you figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
So last time I checked, they were up 56 to 17.
Yeah.
To win the game.
Yeah.
Easy call.
Easy money.
Easy money. 1-0.
1-0.
National champions.
Check.
Yeah, low key. All right. What you seeing out there in the college football world, bro?
College football, pretty much the usual suspects until about week 3 or week 4, where we can really see what's going on. But I probably don't like them. I would have to do a little bit more research on Bama, because they do play Louisville. Louisville has the talent, but they are without the quarterback. But
Bama's without a quarterback.
Bama never has a quarterback.
Yeah, Bama's got 2 good quarterbacks.
When you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 0 quarterbacks.
Exactly. But in the history of since Bama's been Bama, they winning all the national championships. Name their quarterbacks from each of those teams.
I can't tell you anybody.
Exactly. So Bama don't need a quarterback. Yeah. They're NFL factory. But I like them. I like Wisconsin, not as necessarily for national championships, but I did good with Wisconsin last year as far as the coverage is concerned.
Oh, yeah.
Mace, I do like South Florida. Anything with a Florida attached to it and a couple of letters before it, I can roll with that. What? Bro, South Florida, Central Florida, Eastern Florida, any Florida team, bro, is pretty much going to do it.
Okay.
As far as the coverage.
Okay, perfect.
We got to check, though. I mean, I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to check on the quarterback for USF. So if it's the same guy who's been there the last 2 years, then I'm going to probably take them every game this season.
Yeah, but even
I don't think he went to the league, so he might be there as like a senior or something like
that. Might be, but even the surrounding pieces, they get a lot. Central Florida, South Florida get a lot of teams. Get a lot of players that are bounce backs from big schools.
Yeah, so plus their conference isn't good at all.
Yeah, because they just moved or realigned, so the other schools got to catch up talent-wise. But yeah, they're the bullies of that conference. It might be a bully nationally this year, so I'm keeping my eye on them.
Yeah. They were robbed last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they definitely should have gotten that playoff just to see what they would have did against Bama. That would have been a good-ass game, dude.
It would have been better than what we got.
Politics as usual, though.
No, the game with Georgia was awesome.
It would have been
Georgia tricked that off.
Yeah, but it would have been good to see because even though South Florida is not a big name, they got big name athletes and like Alabama type
and they're
athletes.
Like a power running team, so it'd have been a nice like.
They get all the kids that didn't have the grades or did stupid shit to get kicked out of the big schools, and that's where they go.
Man, I think Bama would have washed them.
Bro, that's what you programmed.
I think Bama would have washed.
They thought Bama would have watched Clemson, but did they watch Clemson? No.
I mean, they had Watson.
They have more than Watson.
They had Watson, boy.
What I'm saying is,
shout out D.
Nobody
Watson,
saw
man.
them going 13-0.
Right. Okay. Well, let's do this. We're gonna take our break, pay some bills, and then we'll get back and get into some NFL. All right, let's do it. Hey, and welcome back. Okay, so in our second segment, we're going to get into my favorite, my passion, my heart, some NFL. I know you guys like the NFL. So we're going to talk about division winners, over-unders, and teams to watch this year. So, Rachel, I'm going to start with you. Tell me, who's your team to watch?
Team to watch, it might sound like a homer pick because they are my favorite team, but I will say the Panthers out of the NFC South.
Okay.
Out of the NFC East, I will say I like the Eagles, but watch out for the Cowboys with Zeke being back for the full season.
I don't like the Cowboys, man. I
like the Cowboys in their division.
I got y'all beating them week 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Easy.
We're going to get there. Easy, bro. Come on. We about to smack them week 1. But
Carolina smacks the Cowboys.
We just stack up.
In Carolina.
Just watching preseason, just watching the defense versus their offense. Their defense is not that good. It's just a bad matchup for that point spread to be that low.
Right.
But I do kind of like the Cowboys in the division. Call me crazy. I like them.
Okay, so what do you think about Cowboys 8.5 over-under win total?
That's about right.
I'm going to go under.
Yeah, what do you say, though? Over-under?
I mean, under 7. I really like
7.
8 and 8. I will say even.
8 and 8, so that's under.
Playoffs for sure.
That's 8 and 8. So you say 8 and 8 under? I say under too.
Yeah, I like Redskins in that division as a dark horse. Maybe Giants. I think this is gonna be one of those years they all beat up on each other. They're all about the same.
I think Eagles continue to eagle and run away.
I feel like they barely got by.
I was just about to say they weren't eagling last.
What do you mean? They win like 13-3,
bro. But they had a Cinderella type of back end.
Bro, they had Carson Wentz. He's the real deal. Once he gets back, it's no stopping him.
All right,
I guess.
Early on, if they go with Foles, they're gonna struggle. Yeah, Foles isn't that good to me.
Foles is the reason why they won the Super Bowl.
But I think
he went on a crazy run in the playoffs.
I think he just got hot at the right time. He's been looking terrible in the preseason.
He's Foles.
That's what I'm saying. He's Foles.
He's saying
he's Foles.
Cinderella story is over?
Yeah, that Cinderella shit's over. He had a good run. He got hot in the playoffs. He won a bowl. That's cool. But start the season, I mean, they got Atlanta week 1, minus 3.5.
That's a loss.
Eagles lose? We know Atlanta sucks on the road. I don't know about that, man.
They got to show me something. We know we need Davion in here to.
Yeah, I told him to pull up. I guess he was busy or something. But looking at that game, at the spread minus 3.5, I do like the over under. I like the under 46.5. I think Atlanta won't put up a lot of points offensively. Also, I think the Eagles won't put up that many points. I think it'll be a defensive game, and I think the play on that is going to be the under.
What about the NFC West? Who y'all like in there? No Rams.
NFC West.
I'm a Niner fan. I am a Niner fan. If Ashley, if you see this, I'm a Niner fan.
Oh, Ashley, she better see this. She's gonna see this.
She should be watching it right now.
We live, baby.
But
we live. Let's go. Let's look at the Rams. Give me one second.
It's Rams by default because
10 wins they have. Vegas has the Rams.
They'll get to like 12, 13.
They're going to be a top 2-3 team in the NFC for sure. They're not going to lose to the Cardinals.
What about week 1 plus minus 3.5 against the Raiders in Oakland? I like Oakland.
Kick their ass,
smash
bro.
the Raiders.
I don't think so.
Oh, you
crazy. What makes you think that the Raiders is better than them?
They are still the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying.
They got Derek Carr. They got Beast Mode.
They had them last year.
Yeah, they were okay last year.
They was not okay last year. They didn't make the playoffs.
And what was their record?
They was getting bombed out, and they lost a lot of money for gamblers last year. There was a lot of let's take the Raiders, and they just laid an egg.
The Rams that's because the best team in football on paper.
Yeah, that's on paper. What about on the field?
On the field, they went 12 before.
Killer last year.
I mean, okay, that was last year.
You just told me the Eagles because of last year. With an injured quarterback that coming into the season.
Bro, the Rams, if there is one team that's going to be all right, is the Rams.
They're going to beat up their division, I think.
I don't know.
Rams might be the best talent.
Hey, I think I smell a trap week 1, man. Everybody's gonna. They
have the best defense, or like top 3.
Yeah.
Beast Mode at 33. He's not. I mean, he's still a good back, but he's not.
It's Beast Mode.
He's not.
No Khalil Mack. Like what indications give you that the Raiders are going to cover or win this game, bro? They're probably going to be without Khalil Mack.
Do you know who the Rams picked up in the offseason?
Yeah.
On defense?
Yeah.
Talib, Marcus Peters, and
Marcus
Ndamukong
Peters,
Suh.
and Ndamukong Suh.
So you got Talib and Marcus Peters
And then Ndamukong Suh
versus Amari Cooper and Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, we shutting them down. Jordy Nelson?
Yeah, Jordy Nelson.
Oh, no, get him out of here.
You fighting Jordy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fighting.
Like Green Bay was fighting.
Tell that to A-Rod.
Yeah, A-Rod. Who
They let him go. He wasn't live.
And A-Rod was pissed. He was pissed they let him go.
He was pissed.
He wasn't too pissed. He signed a contract
I
extension.
mean,
Put it
yeah.
like this:
Email.
the Raiders got the O, but that defense is.
The defense, yeah, that's because they got to get
And
they
you
got
got a
to
coach
Mac
out
in
of,
there.
out of the broadcast booth?
That don't mean nothing. Like
John
like
Gruden.
Herm Edwards said, bro. I didn't just forget how to coach. So he's gonna be a.
Herman,
Oh,
you
no.
weren't very good on your way out either.
No,
was.
because Gruden is old school, so he is gonna have to switch up some things.
Nah, but he's the one that's been ingratiating all the quarterbacks and the young college kids into like his ear has been to the football streets. Put it like that. He's not just rolling off the couch, not knowing nothing
Yeah,
about.
I know. Yeah, Monday
football.
night. He's been doing
Sounds
Monday.
good.
So they got Raiders over under 8 wins. What do you think?
Probably 9. It's over.
So over.
I don't know.
Over.
Bro,
8.
John Gruden is better than 2/3 of the coaches, maybe more than that in the league, bro. He's better than all of our coaches up here. Exactly.
Vrabel? I don't know.
I'm fighting that.
It's Vrabel's first
He's
year.
better
so
than
I don't
He's
all
know.
of
not
our
better than
coaches.
Shanahan.
Bro. Yes,
I'm
he
fighting
is,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Why?
All right, we're gonna see.
So what happened?
Yeah.
Why is he not? Why did he stop coaching?
Because he had money in the
He
booth, bro.
got
And then they
fired.
he got fired
got
after
fired.
he
Got fired.
after he won a bowl.
He did win a bowl.
Exactly, bro.
So he
Then
coached, he coached that team up to win a bowl, or were they already like knocking
Bro,
at the
y'all
door?
mortgaged the whole franchise to get me to come finish the job that y'all couldn't do. So yeah, they had the talent, but I had to coach this talent to the Super
They
Bowl.
won the Super Bowl, and then what happened?
I mean, he is a Super Bowl champ. You gotta give him some fair
give
I
him
credit.
left. They
Yeah.
was throwing me more money in the ESPN that they were throwing me.
You tell me
No,
another
this is
coach
what
who
happened.
comes back 10 years later on point. I don't think that happens.
I mean, we haven't been old enough to see that.
We have.
Yeah, I don't
Who?
think that happens, but I still
Joe
think
Gibbs
they
came back to
I
the
still
Raiders.
think
wasn't
they,
out
I still
at
think they covered
10
week
years,
one.
though. He wasn't 10 years removed.
He was probably longer than 10 years removed.
Hey, bottom line, I think the Rams got this one.
Y'all saying the Rams on the road?
Do you remember who their coach is?
Who?
He's baby Madden, bro. He knows what he's doing in there. He coaches games like we play Madden, like do. Deep pass, little route here. Like, how are you not gonna pick up Todd Gurley in your fantasy draft and think he's not gonna go dumb this year? He's gonna do
Todd,
for 150 yards.
Shout out
Raiders.
Todd. That was
And
my
then
first
you get
round
Wade
pick. with the
Phillips and that
number
defense. A lot of
3
new
pick.
toys to play with. I got Peters, Sue, Talib. That's 3 people who come in instantly starting.
That's ugly, and that's like 3. That's with attitude.
And then don't let Aaron Donald get paid, and he's next door neighbors to Sue. Now you just got
So y'all saying y'all like the Rams minus
Yes.
3.5?
You don't think Talib is the reason why Crabtree's off the Raiders? He like took his soul. He snatched his chain twice.
2
and
times.
Fought him on national TV.
2 times.
Amari
Hey,
Cooper and Jordy Nelson on the bum knee are not. They want no parts of that.
And do you think Amari Cooper is a number 1 receiver?
No. I mean, he's good.
But he's not a number
body.
1.
I don't think he's a number 1. He's not a killer.
he's not a killer. Amari Cooper's not a
Crabtree
killer.
was better than Amari Cooper last year. And Dez was better than Amari Cooper last year. If you look at the numbers.
Well, he's number 1. He's number 1 in Oakland.
Nah.
Hey, he's number 1 in Oakland. The Rams are going to have to deal with them. I think this could be
They're
a trap,
going to have
man.
to deal with the Rams, though. That's what I'm saying. You got to look at it from that
That's what I'm
side.
saying. Plus,
The Rams have the best.
plus 3.5. I think the Rams could easily win that game by 3.
So you don't think the Rams can beat them by a touchdown?
No, I think they can. Yeah, but will they? Is the question.
Yeah. I think they'll beat them. The game is not going to be a nip and tuck game, which it'll have to be for that.
I could see Rams scoring 28 points against the Raiders pretty easily.
28-14.
I do
28-20.
not see how the Raiders put up
28-17.
28 or 25.
You not
or
rolling
26.
with Baby Carr?
Why are
Why-
you so
why-
high? Like
what do you think
we
that
hear the
that
names,
he's
but why are you
going?
so high on them?
I just think they're going to be ready.
talented.
They're going to
Why,
be
though?
5 because they're at home. They're at
Okay,
home.
we
Week
understand all
1,
that,
Monday
but-
night opener. That's what probably likes.
But from a talent standpoint, like somebody has to be on the field playing the game.
Okay,
But in the midst of all
we
that,
just,
that
we
has
just
nothing
went
to do
over
with
their
the game.
offense. They got Derek Carr, they got Marshawn Lynch, Jordy Nelson, and Amari Cooper.
Every player you
And
just
Cook.
mentioned, there's a better version of him on the Rams right now.
I don't know if I buy that.
You're not taking Gurley over
Gurley,
Bismarck?
yeah, Gurley for sure. What
You're-
about the Rams receivers?
Cooks is better than anybody on that
Brandon
team.
Cooks, Sammy Watkins,
And Cooper Kupp.
Sammy Watkins.
No, not Sammy Watkins on the Chiefs, but Cooper
Oh,
Kupp.
he did shake. You're right.
Cooper Kupp, Brandon
They do
Cooks,
have
and
Cooper
Robert
Kupp.
Woods.
We'll see, man. We'll see. We're
It sounded better in my head. before you
Hey,
named
remember
it.
we had this
No, you
conversation?
named it. Yeah.
Early lean, I like Raiders. They like Rams, but we're gonna see.
Hey, man, I feel like we had this discussion at the beginning of last season too, and somebody in here went all in on the Raiders or somebody, and that wasn't the play. And I think it was you. Bro.
Oh yeah, it was the
somebody-
Titans. It was the Titans last year.
They
Titans,
played the Raiders.
They played the
Okay,
Raiders.
yeah, I
Yeah,
remember-
Titans playing Raiders week 1. Yeah, we lost.
So,
It's
so
all
like
right.
we were saying going before into that, what about the Raiders makes you think that they can beat them?
I didn't say beat them. I said cover.
What makes you think that they could cover the 3.5?
Because
If you could cover 3.5, you could almost beat them. So you
Yeah.
think they're like right there?
yeah.
I don't. I see this as like a 10 to 14 point game.
All right. Okay. Remember, hey man,
Hey.
take them.
It was the Rams had a lot of 45-17, a lot of
That
45.
was at the Coliseum. This is
Hey,
in
man,
Oakland,
all of them
bro.
wasn't at
The black hole is gonna be lit. It's gonna be cracking.
It's always
Week
lit and
1.
cracking. And what did the Raiders
It's
do?
gonna be lit week 1. I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. I'm not saying go all in. I'm just saying,
If
man.
Derek Carr was taking them to the playoffs every year, like I think he's a good quarterback, but he's not. He don't got the.
I will say
missing
the year
ingredient.
he
He
broke
got the
his
special
leg,
sauce.
He could have been like the MVP. That
year, he
Rogers,
hasn't
I
been
was
as
right.
good since that time, though.
And
Okay.
the team is different.
Who else you got?
Who else we got?
Who
Of the
else?
contenders.
I
Who
like
Patriots got.
Patriots got Houston.
Oh, that's a
Watson.
fade.
They got Watson coming in
Be careful.
minus
Sean
6.5.
Tucker Watson.
They got minus
So
6.5.
And to cover Watson. That's why I like the Texans. Not to
Texans.
win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they covered. Deshaun Watson's covered everywhere. Clemson.
Yeah, he was a covering
He's
machine.
a covering
last year.
machine. On top of the fact that the talent level, like going back to the talent, they may have the best quarterback, best tight end, but everything else is Houston. Better receivers, better defensive linemen.
Right. Now, do you think Belichick will be more prepared this time, second time around at Watson?
I mean, I think, yeah, he will, obviously, because they did it before, but when is Belichick and them not prepared? They were prepared the first time.
Yeah, they're always prepared.
They're always prepared. So it's
No,
like,
the first time it was a little different. That was his first game.
but y'all had film on him, bro. Y'all had the preseason, y'all had his college film. Like, he's good, and y'all had the chance to prepare. I do think the Patriots are a slightly better team, but that talent level is something that can even out or have the Texans to win or cover. If y'all have to make a pick, what would y'all say about that one?
I'm torn, man.
I would probably stay
Because
away.
remember,
I'm
stay
staying
away or just drop your nets and pick the Texans.
Oh, I would take
the
the
Texans
Texans, yeah.
are better than the Chiefs were at this point of last season.
I like the over in that game
You do? Yeah.
because I think it'll not a shootout, but I'd have to see the Patriots play good defense.
Over 51. Yeah, that's screaming shootout.
Yeah.
I say touchdown time, man. Touchdown time. Let me read you this stat right here. New England Patriots are 28-10 in all games over the last 3 years.
Yeah,
What kind of
they're
games?
gonna win.
You're going to win just by like 3 or
Are
4.
they gonna cover a touchdown?
Hey, man.
They could.
Listen, bro. We thought they was about to steamroll and do all of this game one last year, and they got the doors blown off them.
Well, I took Chiefs. I took Chiefs in that game, so
So think about taking these guys right here, man.
taking Houston.
They
Okay.
beat. Let me tell you the teams. They almost beat them last year. Carolina beat them last year. I think Carolina and Texans are good enough to beat them this year.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, my 2 favorite games, I want to get into number 1, Baltimore at home against the Bills, -7.
Oh, you like that game so much?
Because the Bills are going to start a rookie against T-Sizzle and the crew, man. Like, I just don't see how they can get anything done. There's going to be a lot of shady.
I wouldn't take that game.
Bro, I think Baltimore is
And
going
this
to
is
blow
not
the
that
doors
Baltimore.
out of Buffalo. By -7 right now, they're going to at least win by 10 to 14, at least.
You don't think we giving Baltimore too much credit though? This is not that Baltimore we thinking about.
No, bro. What do you think this rookie's going to do? How many points is he going to put
I
up?
think he can hang with this is not exactly an explosive Ravens offense, bro.
Hey, man, they just
Ain't been
retooled.
nothing. This is gonna
They
be
just
like
retooled. They
a
just
defense.
retooled.
This is probably gonna be a defensive struggle.
Over under 41, yeah.
I don't got them both putting up 20 each.
Yeah, 17-7, Baltimore.
Yeah, I want no parts of that.
Yeah, I'm just not. There's so much stuff on the menu.
That's the one.
And that's the trap of football.
We need to take
the one is Carolina Dallas. If you have to pick a game,
Carolina Dallas.
Yeah, I wouldn't go swimming for the Bills and
Carolina.
The
Carolina -3 against Dallas
at the house.
Yeah. Cam. I'm a Cam fan.
Just the Panther defense. Cowboys lack thereof, and the Cowboys have no receivers.
True.
No receivers.
True.
I respect
Tavon. They got
Tavon Gallup. Who's that?
He been living off his name
Beasley.
for some years.
Come on, bro. They don't have no receivers. No reason why Dad shouldn't be on that team, or they shouldn't have went out and got like Sammy Watkins or somebody, bro. They left.
Dak got a quarterback for that though. Dak is a dink and dunker.
He can't even dink and dunk to nobody. Who literally?
They're getting paid.
Who'd you throw to on third down?
They're gonna run to Zeke on third down. They're gonna throw a halfback option out there. He's just gonna get the ball every time and get hurt. I don't like Dallas. I think they're nasty this year.
Yeah,
Dallas is nasty this year. I don't like. We don't have to get into all that.
I think I might go under. Going back to that, the more and more I think about Dallas, this is becoming a log. Dallas will not make the playoffs, and they might be under 8 games.
Ooh, under 8 for Dallas. Nice. Okay.
You need a receiver, bro, and you need a defense.
They're gonna have to not say tank, but they could almost stand to tank and trade and get some more picks.
Jerry Jones talking about them going to the Super Bowl this year, bro, and his delusional mind
every year.
That's because he loves Dak and Zeke, and I'm not buying Dak. I mean, he's good. Mobile, but
Dak is like an Alex Smith.
He's just not going to light it up. Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to fuck up, but he's not going to exactly just blow your socks off with his play.
Yeah,
Mark Sanchez.
I wouldn't give him that back. Mark Sanchez
is way better. That's disrespectful.
Mark Sanchez took 2 teams to the AFC Championship.
Bro, that was obviously defense.
Yeah, that was Rex Ryan.
He just don't fuck nothing up.
However we get there. Hook or crip.
But it was not. We didn't get there off of your arm talent, bro.
Facts. Okay, now let me give you my second game. I'm really feeling. I'm going with the Chargers at home in LA against the Chiefs.
What's the spread?
Chargers -3. Chargers -3 right now. They have a rookie quarterback for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's high on this kid. He's not a rookie, but he's a first-year starter. So everyone's high on this kid right now, thinking he's going to light it up. I think the Chargers got defense, man.
They do.
They have a very good defense. I think they're really underrated this year.
We should try to go to the game, man. It's going to be right there, Home Depot Center.
Yeah, we definitely should pull up, go live. And
right next to V Live.
Yeah, definitely take I like Chargers, man. Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. They got some players, man. Had it not been for their field goal kicker, they would have started off like 4-0. They won their last 5. So, I mean, they still almost made the playoffs. So, I think Kansas City could be in trouble when they come to L.A. But I know Mahomes got some weapons.
Mahomes
Black
is a
Mamba.
weapon.
Mahomes is a
He
weapon.
seems too prone to want to scramble around, though.
Bro.
What
have y'all been watching, bro?
I've seen them a couple. Look,
it's like baby Brett Favre.
I don't trust Andy Reid.
Yeah,
so that's the first
lot
in the
picks.
playoffs.
I don't trust Andy Reid. He's great for the first 6 games of the season.
He can get you to 10-6, 12-4.
Maybe.
I could see 10-6 for them. Let's see what's their.
One of my good friends,
8.5.
He pretty much said Chiefs every year either going to be first place or last place. He's been watching them for like 15 years. This just feels like a last place because everybody in their division feels a little bit better than them.
Not the Broncos. You're crazy, bro.
I like the Broncos.
Why? Explain to me why.
I don't know. Call it a hunch. I
can't go in the bro.
That AFC West is just like the NFC East. None of them are that much better than any of the others.
It's only a 2-man race in the AFC West. I think the Raiders and the Raiders and the Chargers. The Broncos, I think they done, and who are we missing?
Arizona.
No, Arizona's in the
NFC.
Oh no, I'm tripping.
It's
Broncos,
Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders,
Chargers. Yeah.
So Broncos and I like the Chiefs
to make playoffs.
I just like them. Period. They might win that division.
They got sweet hats.
No way.
The
Broncos definitely not winning the division. Chargers are going to win their division. Chargers and the Chiefs are probably going to win the division.
They got Chargers right now 9.5 wins. I like the over on that. And then
Chargers
See,
are
the
gonna
one
win
thing
that
about
division.
the Chargers, they always start off slow. They always go 0-3, 0-4 every year.
okay,
that
so
might
if they
be
start
one.
off at 3-1, 2-2, who knows what they can finish at? You know,
What's
I
the
think.
likelihood of that, but you're right about that. But that's a
Oh,
big
I
if
think
with
they're
them.
going 1-0 for sure.
You guys think that Seattle can go and win in Denver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Denver's terrible, bro.
Denver's weak, but Seattle is not a
Seattle is
good.
weak.
They're not a good road team.
They're not a good road team.
Denver has a great home field advantage
They
with
no longer have,
thin air,
They don't have the tight end anymore, Graham.
right?
Not that they were using him anyway, but
Right.
he's another weapon gone.
Mm-hmm.
They lost like 2 or 3 key pieces off the defense.
Yeah.
You know, so I just don't like. I don't
I
like.
just
Seattle.
don't like Seattle.
I just want.
I
them
like
to
the
lose
Rams out of
every
that
game.
division, and there's really no dark horse to me. The Cardinals could be the dark horse, but they seem like they're in shambles. Rams should skate.
Rams.
You know who I do like? I like Jacksonville at New York.
I do too.
I like
I
Jacksonville.
like Jacksonville. Period.
I like them
I
coming out of
don't.
y'all division.
I don't like Jacksonville, man. Blake Bortles is fucking weak.
Bro, I think
Yeah,
the program to say
You said that.
bro.
I read him the stats of last
That's
year,
what I'm saying.
and Bortles outperformed his boy.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, he
we're
did.
programmed to say certain stuff about certain people, bro.
It's because ESPN just tells you that Bortles is trash,
Bortles
and
is-
really,
he's not
he's actually
trash.
pretty. He's cool. He's a
Never
good quarterback.
mind them going to the AFC Championship.
They went to the.
They
Obviously,
boofed-
he had nothing to do with that.
They boofed that mentally
The
against
coach
the
boofed
Patriots.
that because he stopped calling like good plays. He
But
started
no,
saying
even the
let's just-
Jags kind of got. They was taunting and just they mentally weren't in it from like
Yeah.
the third quarter on.
They thought they already had it.
How many games did they win last year?
I think 10 or 11.
10 or 11. So right now Vegas has them 9 games.
I'm gonna
Good
go
team.
over.
Over, I say under. They take a step back. That was their Cinderella there.
That wasn't
And
Cinderella,
they
bro.
just lost Marquise Lee, their number 1 receiver.
Bro, he's not a
He's,
number one
he's
receiver.
number one in
It-
name, bro. Like that's
exactly.
not who Bortles is
That's
going
just
to.
who's on their depth chart, but he's not a number one receiver in the NFL. He's not probably a number 2 on most teams.
He's not on nobody's draft board
nothing.
to be like, oh, I got to get him.
And he only had about 500 yards last year. Like
50 catches, 56 catches,
500 yards.
about 600 yards.
Still,
That's
that's,
not
not,
gonna-
a number
that's
one.
not gonna get it
That's
done.
a third receiver. Cole Beasley or Cooper Kupp probably have that.
Right. So who's Bortles going to be throwing it to this year?
Whoever else they signed, drafted,
Bro,
they offenses
they
based
ran
on
the
big
ball
name.
and played
Big name
good
receivers
defense.
don't even matter anymore, bro. Unless you have like one of those top 3 or 4 guys that just
And
get
bro,
open always. It just doesn't matter.
in
Throw to whoever.
Jacksonville was Saxonville. A lot of the shit that they did was predicated on good defense and Fournette.
Campbell.
Bro, they got
Campbell.
Fournette out there, bro. They
Campbell.
run everybody over.
Yeah.
They're like the throwback team. They run the football, play smash mouth defense.
I don't know. I must say I do not love Jacksonville. -3 in New York. I think that could be a trap.
I mean, look at
Why,
their
though?
division.
What is-
Home dogs, bro. You already know about the home dogs,
I
bro.
know, but
Eli
but
is
what do your
the-
eyes tell you, bro? Like,
Oh, Yeller.
Well, I mean, it's hard to speak on the Giants because they just got a new running back. You know, who knows how he's going to look out there. He could be a big addition.
Do
They-
you
get a new
remember how
defense,
trash
though.
their run game was last year?
Right, and they
That was
just got
'cause
the
they never
best
run
back
it.
in the
That was-
draft.
I
My thing-
don't think that's the running back. Their whole
nah, you
offensive
can't say that
concept was
because
bad
they
last
got
year.
2 killer linemen. But
Yeah.
my thing with the Giants
And
with
a
their
new
defense,
coach.
bro. Secondary, they don't get no pass rush. They can't do anything. Offense is the upgrade. They got Solder from the Patriots. They got the new center. They got Saquon.
That's what I'm saying.
And they got Ingram, the tight end. He's going to be in his second year. You got Odell back. He missed 8 games last year. Offense is going to be fine. Giants probably going to come on defense.
All right, well, we're going to see. I'm a star this game because that's another one I like. I don't like the Jags. That's 2 home dogs I got my eye on it. The Giants
because
and the
they're
Raiders.
home dogs, or because
Yes,
of something
home
that they
dogs
actually have
mean
on
a
the
lot.
field?
Now,
Home,
this
home
is going to
dog is just how
upset.
it's labeled. But I'm saying once they
Home
get on the
dog,
field and start
bro.
playing football, what do you
home
see?
dog. You gamblers out there, look for the home dogs, man.
I'm going to tell you who the gamblers should look for.
They do most of the upsets.
Look for Miami to crash the Titans.
I like Miami.
Bro, don't even put it.
I actually don't like Miami.
Don't
As a
click on
Tennessee
that
Titan
game,
fan,
don't-
as a Tennessee
nothing.
Titan fan, I think we're going to lose the first game. Just being honest, just being real. Sorry, Titan Nation, but going to Miami, we went there last year and lost. It's probably going to be a very defensive
Y'all
game.
lost to Cutler?
Yeah, we lost to Cutler,
Exhibit A.
but Mariota was hurt though. We didn't have Mariota; he didn't play.
He didn't play corner.
Who's your
either,
backup
though.
quarterback?
It was Matt Castle. Matt Castle. You can't really count that game because Mariota didn't play. But I still think with Mariota going to Miami, we still lose that game. Week 1, Miami +1. Again, that's another home dog. Watch the home dogs throughout the season. That's something you got to watch, man. I'm telling you.
What else is on top? I'm staying away from that one.
You can stay.
I
away.
like us to cover
in
Against the
Minnesota.
Vikings. I know you said no way, but
Come on, bro.
I'm not saying no way on that.
Where's that?
I think
If it's in Frisco,
the
y'all got a
public.
chance to
I
do
think
it.
the
It's in
public
Minnesota.
and everybody is high on Minnesota.
Bro,
Granted, they're a very good team. They have one of the top defenses. They're getting their running back, Cook. They got Diggs. They got Thielen, who really broke out last year.
Mm-hmm.
So they got some good pieces. I just don't know if I buy their quarterback.
do you trust Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I
to
mean,
not mess up.
I don't know, man. He hasn't.
But
He's okay.
He's better than okay, bro.
He's okay. How much better is he than Case Keenum?
A lot better, nigga.
He's noticeably better than Case Keenum.
A lot better.
Say that, and he went to the NFC Championship game last year. You just said that about Bortles.
We said why Bortles went to the NFC Championship game.
Why?
Because of the defense
And the run game.
in the run game. But if you take he's not a terrible quarterback though.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I mean, Cousins is cool, but
He's not,
he
bro.
was just a stat stuffer in Washington. He didn't win many games. He didn't ever go to the playoffs.
That's
Who
not
did
his
he
fault,
play
though.
with that was
Yeah,
good?
that's not his fault.
He
He had
maximized the
D-Jack.
bro.
He had D-Jack like
I
3
think
years
you're
ago.
programmed to say names. What has D-Jack done in the last 4
What?
years?
D-Jack has been on Tampa Bay for the last 2 years. And
Nothing.
Nasty.
Well, Cousins had him. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
probably the
3
best.
years ago.
That's the best receiver you had.
A 5'8" speed runner is not going to get it done.
D-Jack's probably like 5'10".
No.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm fighting that. I don't think he's 5'10".
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what
He's
Cousins.
like 170 pounds.
We're gonna see what Cousins do. They do have them to do pretty well this year. 10.5. That is a lot.
That's an upgrade. They got
That's
a
a lot.
killer defense.
Yeah, the defense is what
Killer
does
receivers.
It. The defense is what does it for
Bro,
them.
they're like the Rams almost. You got killer receivers. You got Dalvin Cook at running back. You got a good quarterback. You got the tight end. You got a killer defense. You got Thielen and Diggs over there at the receivers. They are a complete team. They probably the second most complete team behind the Rams in the NFC, I think.
Okay. So,
I'll give it
what
Eagles.
are you
Eagles
saying?
are
What are
pretty
you saying on
complete.
that over under 10.5 wins
For
for the Vikings?
I will only say under because of that tricky half. They'll be 10-6, and that'll be
10-6
under
for
only
what?
because of the half.
I could get with that. I can get with 10-6.
10-6 under.
Because according to y'all, Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and just go straight to the playoffs this year finally.
He is.
He is for sure. Pay that man his money. Shout out A-Rod, $134 million man, dude.
Never mind the fact that he
That's what I'm
doesn't have
saying. Aaron Rodgers
any defense
and
behind
I
him.
mean, the
He doesn't
Packers-
have any running game, but he's going to the playoffs.
He
Yep.
has the running game. He just don't got no D.
Who's the running back?
Ty Montgomery and Adams.
I'll give you
Had them
those.
both
I'll
in
give you
fantasy.
those.
They did
I'll give
good.
you those.
But
the
yeah, the
defense
Cowboys and the Packers will look totally different. A-Rod missed like 8 games. Zeke missed 6, so that dynamic should be offset or turned around.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, the NFC is going to be different. Like it's a lot of changes, a lot of people moving teams, a lot of people coming back from suspension.
Yeah. We'll see.
What I do like as far as the coverage, though, I like the Browns if Josh Gordon plays to cover, not necessarily win the game against the Steelers, but I like them to cover.
I like them a whole year to cover a lot of.
That's
low posts.
another home dog, plus 5.5. I really like the Steelers, man. I can't lie. That offense, boy, with Juju and AB
Oh, yeah,
and
I like-
Le'Veon, woo. I don't know, man.
I don't like
think
the quarterback, but
Big Ben. What do you mean?
Think
He
he-
throws for like 4,000 every year. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Everybody throws for 4,000.
No, not everybody does it. Like
That's-
Bortles doesn't.
He did.
He wasn't
That's true.
too far off.
Yeah.
He
But
probably
Blake
had like
Bortles doesn't
37.
have
A running back.
Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Juju. That's a whole
Hey,
different thing.
hey,
That's
shame
a whole
on him.
different thing.
Is that Ben's fault? Is that Ben's fault? Who he got?
No, it's got nothing to do with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. Hey, watch the Steelers this year. I like the Steelers out the AFC.
Man, Steelers
you like them to come
are
out the
a
AFC?
tease, bro. She's going to come over. She's going to get almost naked, and she's going to be like, I got to go.
Well, I'll tell you this: they couldn't cover for shit last year. So if I'm trying to make money,
Right.
then I'm not taking them. On
Not
that many
taking them,
games.
bro. I learned my lesson. Like 4 games last year. It was lesser competition. They won the game.
Remember
but
the Browns game?
The Browns? It was
They
fun.
had a couple like
I think
that.
it was
where it's like,
against the Colts or somebody who they were supposed to bomb, and they just was in a dogfight.
Damn. Okay. So at this point, we're going to take our final break, and we will be back with some gambling 101 to go over how we can make some money this season.
That's cool. Let's come back in the conversation.
Hey, we are back for our favorite and final segment, Gambling 101, when we talk all things gambling, all things sports, and we show you guys how to grow your bankroll, how to invest your money properly in the sports market. Sports gambling is now legal in the U.S. It hasn't made it to California yet, but there's a few states already where it's already legal, New York, Nevada, New Jersey, where else? Alabama. So several states, they've already registered. They're all fully ready to go. We're just waiting on California. But in the meantime, there are a few different ways you can make your bets. We still have Vegas. You still have your online accounts. There's still some bookies out there, even though we say you should not use a bookie. You should make a deposit. You should always start your own account, put the money up front so you don't end up in the hole and always trying to dig yourself out of the hole, because that's how you get cracked.
If you deal with the bookie, our motto is put the money up front. None of that credit line.
Yeah,
bullshit.
no credit line. That shit is for the birds. You will end up negative all the time.
On a credit line, you can't bet 5% of your bankroll because you don't have a bankroll.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
if your bookie gives you $1,000 line, are you going to just bet $50? No, because you're a disgusting degenerate gambler. So
It's
he gave
free
you
money to you at
$1,000.
that point.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. Let me throw in a $250 limit.
Yeah, and it's just like that credit shit. So yeah, here on Smart Degenerates, we preach the 3 principles. Bankroll, start with a bankroll. Be disciplined, man.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that, that means find your niche, whatever you're good at, whether it's straight bets, parlays, teasers, whatever you're good at, first half, over, under. Find that, how you win, and just stick to it, man. People like to get off fancy and teasers and parlays and betting all kinds of shit. Just stick to what you're good at. Once you get that, you track your results. So you go bankroll, discipline, results. The key is to be above 55%. As long as you're above 55%, you will be profitable. You will make money. So again, start with a bankroll. It could be 500. It could be 1,000. It could be whatever you have to start with that you can comfortably lose. And you bet 5% of the bankroll. And over time, over 1 year, over 2 years, over 3 years, you would have grown your bankroll. In 3 months, we're going to double it. And you guys will see, because we're going to post everything over the first 3 months. We're going to double the bankroll this season, guaranteed. Because I'm hitting at least 58%, at least.
Let's put time on that. September, October, November. So
That's
by the
3
end
months.
of November,
By Thanksgiving, basically.
we should have doubled up.
You should have doubled.
Facts.
Following our principles.
Facts.
That simple.
Easy call. So that's why the results are so important.
And only doubling up. I'm not in the business of trying to quadruple or times 10 my money in the first 3 months. Because if I'm trying to do that, then I'm not being disciplined. I'm not teaching myself good habits.
Right.
I'm not risking the right amount on my investments.
Right.
It's about the principle and the discipline first. The money and the results come after you're doing it the right way.
Right. And another thing with being disciplined is we have to tell you guys, you can't bet on every game.
Why not?
Because you're gonna get cracked.
Because just like how we went down the list of games. We didn't like a couple of his games. It's impossible for every game to be a good game.
You only need a solid 3 games, maybe 4 on a Sunday. That's it. Because if you try to bet every game, you're gonna get cracked. I'm telling you right now. We used to wake up at 10 a.m. betting on
Sunday,
every
fun
game.
day. Okay.
Hey. We used to wake up at 10 a.m. betting on every game. And
you start chasing.
And then, by 1 o'clock, you're chasing. 2 o'clock, Sunday night, that's the real chaser. And, you're just going to waste it all.
And now you're hoping you can hit something Monday night first half before the bookie texts you asking, yo, what's up?
Right. Sunday night, he going to send that text. He might give you till Monday. And you can bet it all on the Monday night
if
game.
he got trimmed or not, he's going to hit you at right after that game go off on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I'm also a big fan of, if you are betting with the bookie on credit, just eat the one loss that you got this morning at 10 a.m. Don't chase your way through the rest of the day. Maybe that works out for you, but chances are when we're getting together at 10 a.m. to watch a day of football, first thing we do, hey, let's get a bottle. We might smoke. We might get some champagne. We might get some mimosas. So what quality of decisions are you making at 12:30, 1:30?
Oh, yeah, trash.
That goes back into
terrible decisions.
If you're,
You know what I mean?
if you're
Like,
just getting started or figuring out what you about to bet on Sunday morning, you behind the 8 ball already. You really don't even need to be betting.
Yeah.
By Thursday night, you should have an idea. So by Saturday, Friday night, you could be doing a process elimination of games that you're not going to bet on. And then by Sunday, you have your 3 or 4 that you can zero in on. But you should not be waking up trying to figure it out or even going to bed trying to figure out.
Yeah.
By Saturday, you should have a concrete idea of what's going on because you might go to church Sunday. If you got kids, something always happens in the morning time. Your wife or your girl might want you to go do somewhere. Just some bullshit that usually happens in the morning.
Yeah.
But by the time you go to sleep on Saturday, you should have what you're betting on, and that's that. You shouldn't have to bet in because point spreads fluctuate. Certain people sit or start games, but you should know what you're doing. You should not wake up looking for a game. That's out.
Yeah.
That's degenerate. That's not prepared. You have Monday through Saturday to get it together.
But see, that's the trap people fall into, though, because when you are with the bookie and you're betting, say you lose that first game, now you feel that much more pressure to win the second game. So you're going to press. So then when you lose that second game, and then now you're going into the third game, you're fucking panicking,
but like
pacing around the house.
It goes back to being prepared. Even if you lose that first game, if you was already prepared to know that I'm only betting on such and such game that comes on 1 o'clock, you're not going to be tripping off anything that happens in between. Because you know, win, lose, or draw in this first game, I'm only betting on this, and I'm only betting on the sun. Like,
and if you're watching that first game, it's just for information for a bet. Maybe it's week 4, but you just need to start. Like we talked about, you need to create your storyline for all these different teams.
Exactly.
Are you a second half team or a first half team? Are y'all going to be pass happy? Did your coach go into like turtle mode?
But see, that goes into results, man. Mm-hmm. You got to have your notes on each team, know who to watch, what their tendencies are. Are they good home? Are they good on the road?
But that's why we pick Thursdays, right? Because if we're coming and talking to the people on Thursdays, I've already been thinking about, we're already looking at some games. So if you're following us by Saturday or Sunday morning, you already know who I'm going to lock in on. I've already been watching it. Everything I see the rest of the week is just to prepare me to take this bet or not. And then if I don't take it, I don't take it. And y'all know I still only bet $25, $45 a game just because I want the discipline. I want to see my results first. I'm going to triple my money up, or double my money, I should say. And then you just let the 5% of your bankroll ease you up. You know, if I'm at 2,000 instead of 1,000, then now I can bet more money per game. I don't need to press it any faster than that if I'm hitting at the right percentages,
right,
and you're doing the right research.
Yeah.
By midseason, you should have a list of teams that you're probably never going to take unless they fall into some weird circumstance.
But see, I don't like that principle. I believe that. I mean, in fact, I know that not everybody covers all the time, and not everybody doesn't cover all the time. So on that list of teams that you have that you think they're not going to cover, and they can cover. They can very well cover just because you don't like
But you're getting away from the numbers, though, because it's not about if they can cover. We're betting on the probability of them to cover. We're betting on whether or not, like, if you're already off of my list for a team I would take in this circumstance, I would need to see some real, like, if your the other team's quarterback goes out, then okay, maybe that puts you on the list for somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all about matchups.
Yeah,
I agree. It's all about matchups.
You can be completely divorced from a team. I got certain teams in all sports that whether y'all cover and win, lose, or draw, I just don't fuck with y'all. I don't exert
because you have to find a
that's
niche.
Emotional.
It's not even emotional.
You have to be able to recognize the things that you're good at picking.
Yeah.
So you can't just be every week looking at all 16 teams trying to figure out which of the 2 or 3. You have to lock in on what you like. That's the only reason why I found a Golden State second half bet I keep talking about.
But even like the Steelers last year, we were all high on the Steelers. Oh, they're a good team. They're a good team. Yeah, they're gonna win them games, but they're not gonna cover. So you can't be married to them, or you can't just say, "Oh, I'm taking them because the Steelers is playing such and such" when they not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's based on the matchup. Who are they playing against? That's the real key. Yeah, the Steelers, we know what they can do, what they can't do, but who are they playing against? And what is the likelihood that they're going to cover the spread in that game?
Not likely.
It doesn't seem likely. So if I think they're always a team who's going to come back, then they're great for second half, and I only really want to take the Steelers in a second half matchup. It doesn't mean I'm off the Steelers in all aspects, but they're going to have to fall into a bucket that I like to take them on, because that's something I can measure and say, how many times did I take Steelers second half this season? Did I take them 8 times, 7 times? Did I go 5 out of 7? Did I go 4 out of 7? Maybe they lost every game against the real spread, but they hit every second half spread. Like, I don't know. That's why I like to try to categorize the teams. Like,
right.
It just helps me stay away from, like, the noise of it all. And I also like to stay away from those primetime games if I can. I'd much rather take Cleveland versus Baltimore, where you're going to get odds at minus 120, minus 150, rather than be taking Patriots and taking Steelers and Cowboys. It's just something to watch. It's just another thing you got to be aware of when you're betting on games where everybody's watching. A little more
beware of the fix.
A little more shenanigans.
Yeah, I will say that on the primetime games, you do have to beware of where the public money is because, you know, we've come to see that sometimes a little, you know, trickery might come about in those big primetime games. Not to say the league is fixed or anything like that, but, you know, Vegas tends to know where all the money is, and sometimes some of the calls go the other way.
Now, keep in mind, none of where the public is betting their money it can't make anybody run faster, it can't make them cover tight or anything like that, but it does play a part in all the outer shit that has nothing to do with the field, pretty much.
There's an energy behind that. There's like a pressure that gets behind the home crowd, or there's a pressure from just different elements. So it all adds up to like those things. Really quickly, I wanted to cover just because it's so crazy how upsets can work in these various other sports. We were talking about tennis yesterday. We were talking about two of the favorites today. Not that they were the top two, but they were just favorites. It was Kuber. This is on the women's side. It was Kuber, and it was Kerber and Wozniacki. Now, I told y'all the odds on them yesterday was something sick. They were both like minus 1,300. One's ranked number 2, one's ranked number 4. The number 2, she got upset in straight sets. You would have hit plus 800 taking the underdog. Yeah. I'm not saying you always take the underdog, but U.S. Open, or really all tennis matchups, you really want to play for the underdogs. Even like we were talking about with soccer before, a lot of those underdogs were going to make you some good money. Don't throw all the money out there, but for my same $50, if I'm doing good, I'm willing to risk 50 to try to win 400 when I know it's just a head-up fade. Now, who knows what the prop bet would have been to take her to lose in straight sets. Like, these just little things. You got to be looking at opportunities when you're gambling, not necessarily because something's on, I'm going to take the money. I'm going to take the bet, you know. Am I in the best position to make money by risking this? Should I put up 1,300 to try to win 100? Probably not. But they're, you know, Serena and Venus are playing each other this next tomorrow, I think. There can be only one, right? So you just...
Who's the underdog in that?
Venus.
It's always Venus, but Serena's not really. I mean, she's playing. She's still a great tennis player, but she's not locked in. She had a baby. She got things going on. They're arguing her about wearing a tutu. You know, it's just little weird things like that. Like maybe you take Venus. Maybe it's a better money play for you.
Word. Okay. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, man, that's why you always got to keep your eye on the market, man. Pay attention to everything you're going to be putting your money on. Don't be going into shit betting blind. That's how you boof off all your money. So if you're going to be betting on it, my advice is to watch it, read up on it, do your homework before you put your money in.
Scout. Don't even listen to us.
You could pick your own losers if you want to.
The TV is right in front of you, whatever you see.
Yeah, do your homework, man. Get online.
And you are a degenerate. Don't ever think that you are a better gambler or less of a degenerate than the other guy. We all have the same sickness, the same desire to, like, get over. You want something for nothing. You have to accept that, beat that shit down, and like conquer it, and then you get on the smart side.
Facts. That's when you become a smart degenerate and you get a t-shirt. You feel me?
Bow, 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 bow.
If you give me money, you can get a t-shirt too, by the way.
Merch coming soon. As a matter of fact, I think that's going to be our time, gentlemen. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, thank Morris Media. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Smart Degenerates. Also, Facebook at Smart Degenerates. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Smart Degenerates. Hit that little bell on the right-hand side under our name. That'll keep you updated with all of our upcoming events, posts, everything we got going on. Anything you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Get that bankroll together. We are a little bit over a week left.
1 week from today will be our NFL kickoff show. Next Thursday, we'll kick off the NFL season. Eagles host the Falcons. Eagles are currently minus 3.5 at the house, so that's going to be a special show for us. Be sure you guys tune in on that. Mace, what you want to say before we get out of here?
It's been real. Thank you again. Appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, man, and don't let your significant others tie your Sunday up with frivolous stuff that's not pertaining to football. Let's not act like we don't know what time of year
Sundays
this is.
are back.
It happens annually. No, I'm not going in the garden or going to a baby shower or doing anything that's not pertaining to football.
Cool.
That is all.
All right.